True strength after 70 doesn't come from muscles, but from this no one ever taught you. You may still walk just fine, even lift a few groceries. But what if I told you that the true strength you'll need most after 70 has nothing to do with your body, and no one ever taught you how to build it? That one thought changed everything for me. Most of us were raised to believe that if we stay active, keep our heart pumping, and eat our vegetables, we'll age gracefully. But here's the truth almost no one talks about. Your muscles may weaken, your energy may fade, but what really determines how you survive after 70 is how strong your inner world is. And yet no one ever warned us about that. No one said, you'll face long stretches of silence. You'll attend more funerals than weddings. And one day, you may feel strong on the outside, but empty on the inside. That emptiness is the real danger. Because after 70, strength is not just about climbing stairs. It's about handling loneliness, uncertainty, even grief without falling apart. And if no one taught you how to build that kind of strength, it's not your fault. That's why this channel exists, to talk honestly about the strength we actually need in this stage of life, and how to build it together. If this resonates with you, I'd love it if you subscribed. It helps this channel grow and gives us the motivation to keep making content that matters. Now let me ask you something personal which feels harder for you lately. A. Lifting your body. B. Lifting your spirit. Type A or B in the comments below, and you might be surprised how many others feel the same. Because in just a moment, I'll reveal the 3 invisible strengths that quietly decide how well we age from here on out. What I've learned sometimes the hard way is that when the body begins to slow down, the world doesn't always slow down with it. Life still throws challenges, losses, and uncertainty at you. And if we've spent our whole lives training our bodies, but never our inner selves, we can feel completely unequipped to handle what aging truly brings. That's why the people who age the best, the ones who stay emotionally grounded, mentally sharp, and quietly resilient, aren't necessarily the ones who exercise the most. They're the ones who developed a kind of strength that isn't visible in the mirror, but shows up when things get difficult. Through years of watching people around me, family, neighbors, and even patients, when I was younger, I've come to realize there are 3 essential forms of inner strength that matter more than any gym workout after 70. The first is emotional endurance. It's your ability to stay steady in the face of loss, change, and uncertainty. It's not about suppressing feelings or pretending to be okay. It's about allowing yourself to feel pain, but not letting it define your future. Emotional endurance helps you keep moving forward even when you carry heartache with you. And like any muscle, it's something you build through small daily actions, reflection, prayer, conversation, even stillness. The second is mental clarity. And no, this isn't about memory games or trying to remember where you put your keys. Mental clarity is about knowing what really matters and cutting out what doesn't. It's the ability to focus your time, your energy, and your attention on what brings peace, not chaos. For many people, I know this came down to making intentional choices, no longer watching toxic news, saying no to draining relationships, and embracing simple, nourishing routines. The third, perhaps the most powerful of all, is inner purpose. That quiet reason you wake up each morning. Not because someone else needs you, but because you still have something to give, to feel, to be. Purpose doesn't have to be big or dramatic. Sometimes it's watering a plant. Sometimes it's mentoring someone younger. Sometimes it's writing down your story, so your grandchildren will one day understand you better. Purpose is the compass that keeps you upright when everything else around you feels shaky. These three pillars, emotional endurance, mental clarity, and inner purpose, are what carry people into their 80s and 90s with dignity, meaning, and joy. And the beautiful thing is you don't need youth money or perfect health to start building them. You just need intention and time, which if you're watching this, you still have. Some habits don't break your body, but they quietly break your spirit. And the worst part, you may not even realize it's happening. You could be eating well, taking your morning walks, and even getting good results at the doctor's office. But deep down, something still feels off. That spark, that confidence, that quiet steadiness you used to have starts to fade. Not because of age, but because of what's slowly missing inside. Let me walk you through 5 silent habits that weaken your emotional endurance, cloud your mental clarity, and dull your sense of purpose without ever touching your muscles. First is withdrawing from connection. Many older adults begin pulling away not because they don't care, but because they don't want to burden anyone. They stop calling. They wait for others to reach out. Over time, isolation grows like a fog. And the loneliness isn't just emotional. It affects your brain, your energy, even your immune system. Silence can be more dangerous than stress. Second is over-consuming negativity. You might just want to stay informed, but when the news becomes a constant background filled with fear, division, and anger, it seeps into your worldview. You start expecting the worst, doubting the good, and that slowly eats away at your clarity and peace. Staying aware doesn't mean staying overwhelmed. Third is no longer learning. After retirement, it's easy to feel like your productive years are behind you. But the truth is, your brain wants new things. Whether it's a new recipe, a new song, or a new idea, it keeps your mind alive. Stopping all learning creates mental stiffness, which eventually leads to emotional stagnation. Fourth is pretending everything is fine. We've been taught to stay strong, but there's danger in never being honest about how we really feel. When we constantly say, "I'm okay," even when we're not, we shut others out. We disconnect from help. Vulnerability isn't weakness. It's how we stay human connected and emotionally grounded. Fifth is drifting without purpose. When your days are just about passing time, something in the spirit begins to wither. It's not about being busy, it's about being intentional. Having a reason, no matter how small, to wake up with meaning. Without it, even the healthiest body feels tired. So if you've been feeling more exhausted lately, but your health numbers look fine, look here. These are the leaks in the foundation. Quiet, slow, but powerful. But there's hope. Because just as these habits slowly weaken you, there are daily practices, simple and deeply human, that can rebuild your strength from within. And in the next few minutes, I'll show you exactly what they are and how to start them without overwhelming your day. You don't need to transform your life overnight. In fact, the most powerful habits I've seen in people over 70 are often quiet, gentle, and deeply personal. They don't require a gym, a big budget, or a dramatic change. But done daily, they rebuild the foundation of your spirit, making you more grounded, more resilient, and more at peace with this stage of life. These aren't just activities. They're anchors, The first is to begin your morning with 3 grounding questions. What am I grateful for? Who can I connect with today? What can I look forward to, even if it's small? These questions turn your mind toward purpose, not problems. And when asked daily, they gently rewire your brain to notice beauty, connection, and hope. The second is to close your day with a joy reflection. Just jot down 3 moments from the day that made you smile even slightly. A bird at the window, a warm cup of coffee, a kind word from your neighbor. You'll start to realize that your life is still filled with richness. It just needs your attention. The third is to reach out to someone at least once a week before they reach out to you. A call, a letter, even a short message. You'll be surprised how often people are silently waiting to hear from you. And what feels like a small gesture to you may be the light someone else needed. The fourth is to take a 10-minute walk without your phone, without a podcast, without distractions. Just you and the world. Listen to the birds, feel the breeze, notice the details of your street. This isn't about steps or calories, it's about remembering you're still part of something alive. And the fifth is to dedicate 15 minutes each day to something that gives you quiet meaning. This could be tending to a plant, organizing old photos, journaling, playing an instrument, or praying. It doesn't need to be productive, it just needs to feed your soul. None of these actions are flashy, but together they form a quiet rhythm that restores your emotional strength, clears your mind, and reminds you every day that your life still matters deeply. Because true strength after 70 isn't found in doing more, it's found in being more connected, more present, and more at peace with yourself. And as we begin to live that way, something remarkable starts to return. If there's one truth I've learned with age, it's this: real strength doesn't always look strong. It doesn't shout, it doesn't show off. And most of the time, it's invisible to the outside world. But inside, it's what carries you through the hardest seasons of life. After 70, your body may change. That's natural. But who you are, your presence, your wisdom, your spirit can grow stronger than ever. And that kind of strength isn't about lifting weights or climbing mountains. It's about facing each day with clarity, with meaning, and with the quiet confidence that you still matter. You don't need to be perfect. You don't need to do everything at once. But every small habit you build, whether it's writing down what you're grateful for, reaching out to someone, or taking time to simply be present, becomes a brick in the foundation of your true strength. So if you've been feeling a little lost, or tired, or unsure of what comes next, start small. One quiet act of intention a day. That's all it takes to begin building something lasting. Because at this stage of life, strength is no longer about how fast you move. It's about how deeply you live. Now, I'd love to hear from you. What does strength mean to you at this point in your life? Share your thoughts in the comments. Your answer might encourage someone who's silently searching for direction. And if this video gave you something to reflect on, consider subscribing. We're building a gentle space here for honest conversations, real growth, and peaceful aging. If you'd like to support this channel beyond a subscribe, you're welcome to leave a small donation, only if you feel moved to do so. Your presence here already means the world. Take care of yourself, stay rooted, and never forget your life still holds value more than you may realize.